wherever you're listening to me. Welcome, especially to the Diamonds in the Club, the To All the Girls Success Club on Facebook. Welcome to viewers on LinkedIn and also on my personal page on Facebook and also Twitter, YouTube, wherever you are watching me from. If you have time after these 15 minutes are over, you can join me on IG at Lisa M. Dublin. It's right there. And yeah, we can continue the conversation today. So, my name is Lisa Dublin, and I'm a health and life coach. I help you to speak, to lead, and to live with confidence because, like, why should you not win in life? Many times we think that, okay, this is how it's supposed to be we resign ourselves to failure, resign ourselves to being mediocre without even thinking that help might be available. And, life coaching, it is one of the fastest growing industries. So many people have made use of life coaching to be able to move from good to great. I was a beneficiary, still am, of life coaching, and that's why I decided, hey, this is going to work. So I decided to do it. So I want to talk about your most important goal for 2023 today, because the year is almost over. And if you haven't started thinking about what next year is going to look like, what you want to accomplish, it might be time to start doing that. Um, I have on the screen, I'm going to put in the chat right there, my offer. It is free. I'm offering a free masterclass on Sunday, the 11th of December. The date has changed because I want more people to sign up, and I didn't quite get it going. You hear my voice? So didn't quite get everything I wanted to do this week in. So I said, okay, let me just push it back 1 week to give you time to think about what your most important goal is, or your MIG, and to come to such a masterclass to learn the whole process of going from imagination to execution of your most important goal. By the way, what is your most important goal? Have you decided? Please put it in the chat. I'm trying to see if I can see everybody's comments, but do excuse me if I don't call it out. It's not because I'm ignoring, but just because like I'm kind of figuring out my screens for now. So there's a part of the goal setting and goal accomplishing process that I wanted to talk about today, because literally a couple things before I get to that point. As a life coach, I'm living this. I've always been the kind of person who's going after eureka moments in life, getting better, learning how to do things in a better way, a more successful way. So I'm always coaching my own self and noting my growth. And here's one of the obstacles that I literally and recently came upon in my own life that I wanted to share with you. It might resonate, it might, let's see. In my club, the To All the Girls Success Club, and the diamonds in there know that we call people in the club diamonds because diamonds are precious. They're made under pressure. They treated a certain way and they expect to be treated a certain way. So we do a lot of teaching on that in the club. So if you are wanting some daily inspiration and further teaching, you can literally go to Facebook and look for the To All the Girls Success Club if you're a girl. And you can just ask to be let in, answer the questions, and I will let you in. Simple as that. Okay. So one of the things that we started doing, that I did for the almost the entire year up until September 30th, was to always recognize the birthdays. And over the years, being, I guess, having an administrative day job and being an entrepreneur, an online entrepreneur, I've learned the value of doing things in batches. So I would schedule all the birthdays for the month or for 2 weeks at least and just let it run. Okay. And that would be okay. That made things run. But what happened is, I think after September, it got very busy and I wasn't able to find the chunk of time to do that. And because I didn't have the chunk of time, I forgot one of the basic tenets of going after a goal. If you cannot swim, tread water. If you can't take the big step, take the small step, but by all means, keep on going. And because I didn't find those blocks of time, I didn't think to myself, okay, maybe I should just set the birthdays for maybe 2 days at a time or even a day at a time because I didn't have the space in my calendar to devote to doing an entire month. And I want you to see if that example might resonate in your own life. Many times we give up on a goal because we can't do the big steps. And we forget that sometimes you literally need to take the small baby steps. And that is how you get to the next point and to the next point. I forgot that, for example, even when I go running outside and the run is a hard one, I literally break down the run to running from one lamppost to the next. Okay. At that point, I'm not even looking at, oh my goodness, let me see if I can get to the quarter mile. I am literally breaking it down to the point where it is from one lamppost, a couple yards, to the next one. I forgot that, you guys. And because I did that, like for the last almost 2 months, like literally 2 months, because we start back today, I wasn't able to be posting the birthdays. So like we missed all of the October birthdays, all of the November birthdays because I just forgot to tread water sometimes. And so I apologize to all the diamonds, but the bigger lesson is to take away when you are going after a goal, anything whatsoever, it is going to get tough. You're going to fall out of routine. What do you do? Don't forget in those times, and I will be teaching those kinds of strategies in the masterclass. So please go sign up. It's right there, and look out for the announcements. Please follow my page, like and share this post, all of these great things, and enable the notifications for when I post so that you can see the updates, right? Okay. So don't forget when you're going after a big goal or anything whatsoever, when it gets tough, you don't just stop. You don't shut down like I did. What you do is that you just resolve to take baby steps to do something as opposed to doing nothing whatsoever because you're not at the capacity to execute and to produce as much as you used to do in the past. And here's what happens when you start to take those baby steps, somehow from one baby step to the next, you kind of get your groove and your momentum going again. And then you might find, then you get back to who you used to be and how you used to produce and execute. But by all means, don't shut down. And I was just reminded of this. I was like, oh my goodness, Lisa, you have learned this lesson. What happened? How did you forget it? And isn't that why, like, even in going after a goal, you need accountability and you need encouragement because you sometimes forget how you used to do things. You sometimes forget, you just fall out of practice, fall out of routine, you lose your steam. And if you have an accountability partner or circle, then they can help you to get back. And hey, when you felt like that the last time, isn't that it? Didn't you do this? Didn't you do such and such? So, I guess I probably need to get some support from some of the people in the club to kind of help with the birthday posting. That's the other thing. Like you just simply find help for what you're doing, right? I think that's also key. But don't forget the small steps also work. When you're thinking of going after a big goal, I know sometimes we come out blazing. Oh my goodness, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I'm going to block off 4 hours at a time. And you end up with only 1 hour. And if you have not prepared your mind for those times when you don't have 4 hours, you will get discouraged and you won't even do anything. And that's exactly what happened to me. So I think I'm living proof and a living example of what I teach, the ups and the downs, the strength and the weaknesses of going after a goal. So even when this year, when I was writing the first draft of my book, and it's what I'm basing this masterclass on in terms of the process that I took, there were times when I wouldn't write for some time, and to get back into it, I would have to challenge myself. Okay, instead of trying to hit 1,500 words a day, let me just, with the time that I have, not even try to hit words, but simply try to revise what I've done for 15 minutes, if that's what I had. And what staying engaged does when you're going after a goal, what it does is that it creates bridges between action. So you might be at full capacity, you can't do one thing, but you can do something else though to kind of further the goal. You can revise, or you can read, or you can make a call, anything that is going to further the goal along, even in a very small step. Don't forget that, you guys. That is so key. Like, it just came to me that a lot of times we give up because we can't do the big thing. Do the small thing. I know that it sounds simplistic. No, it's not simplistic, it's simple. That's what it is. Simplistic is like childish. Simple is like easy to understand and easy to do. It is simple, but it works. Like at the end of next year, if you go after this most important goal in 2023, at the end of the year, like this time next year, God willing, you can be in a place to look back at your journey and to chart the ups and downs like I'm doing now, and to see that, hey, I literally found a process that would help me to accomplish my most important goal. It wasn't smooth, it was scrappy. It started and it stopped. It was not even. It was not a linear process, but I have gotten here by sheer dint of desire, imagination, strategy, sacrifice, consistency, all of these great things. So if you have a big goal for 2023, I want to invite you to join me in this masterclass. It's going to be 2 hours on Sunday, December 11th from 3 to 5 Mountain Standard Time. Okay, you guys, see you if you want to join